Hello, everybody. I'm getting feedback now. So, welcome. I've got an amazing show today. I've got some very important guests on, and I'm very happy to share this stage with the executive chairman, Mr. Terry O'Hearn, and our
Hello.
special guest today is Brian from Carta. Brian spoke at one of our events last year, and we're honored to have him on the program today to give an overview and update of where we're at with our DOS-based solution in Carta and that relationship, which is very important to us in our ecosystem, a very important partner. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thanks, John. Welcome, Brian. Thanks for taking the time to join us.
Good to be here.
Great. So I've got, if you guys don't mind, I've just got a few items I wanted to go through, and then we'll jump right into the update. Current frequency right now, 14.8, and that's active for the next 7 days, about 6 hours left. So acquire those licenses sooner than later if you understand what frequency is and how that relates to the yield. I wanted to talk real briefly about payments in, payments out. In Dubai, Ian Cahill spoke, and we talked about them as our worldwide partner for payments, but not only inbound payments, but outbound payments. And this work has been ongoing now for months and months, and we're this close to announcing. Some of the payment solutions are operational right now. We haven't made wide announcements on that. We're going to make formal announcements on that soon. So the inbound and outgoing payments will be handled through our partner. They're a licensed money exchanger out of the UK, and it's been a monumental task to get this thing set up. And we're starting in various countries first, and as we grow, those solutions will come to fruition in those countries. And so we're very, very excited. I can't tell you, our USA CFO in the other room over there is quite excited about getting this solution implemented. It's going to allow us to scale the business. And so some of the payment solutions that we've had didn't have the ability to scale on a large basis like this solution will. And so we continually improve the experience and the system to help grow and make it easier for you guys to acquire your license.
That's going to be loved universally, and that's going to make onboarding so much easier. And as each one of these solutions come to fruition, it's great. And I know that is a huge one that so many people are looking forward to. So way to go, John.
Agreed. Thank you, Terry. So NetLeaders University, there's lots of buzz and excitement around our office here about the NetLeaders University. We've got a team of people in Serbia working on the integration of that right now. And then we've got people in London and people here working on content for that. And so it's going to launch, very shortly. We said February. We hope to hit the actual launch of this before the end of the month. If not, it's going to be very, very, very close. But we hope to have that up very shortly. It looks tremendous. It's going to be extremely helpful in you growing your business and getting educated on, again, onboarding, like Terry mentioned, but also personal development growth and some lessons outside of our network, but basically focused around personal growth. This partner has access to significant amount of libraries for personal growth. So NetLeaders University coming very, very soon. I get lots of feedback on the new back office and the look and feel and the operations, and especially the career plan integration and how it steps you through the process of what you need to do in order to obtain that next rank. And so it makes it very, very clear if you're a Sapphire now, what do I need to do to get to Emerald? Do I need to get another Sapphire on my weak leg? It shows you, it enumerates exactly what you need in order to obtain those ranks. Very, very important for you to grow through the career plan within NetLeaders. So a ton of new information in there. They're adding new stuff all the time. Additional media. Now these webinars are available in the back office, so you can find them there. You don't have to scour the net and ask your upline, etc. And so we continually make things better and easier for you guys as we grow the business. And the last thing is London. So London, April 28th is going to be a fantastic event. The launch of the exchange at that event. That's our big milestone for that event. And I will see all you guys in London, and Terry, and I don't know, maybe Brian as well. That'd be nice to have Brian there.
Brian's committed to coming to London.
I'm planning to be there.
Fantastic. I get to see and hang out with my friend Brian again, a fellow Raiders fan. So we get to share a little bit of American football together with Brian. And with that, I want to jump right in. Terry, you want to take over and lead the program and introduce Brian, et cetera, et cetera.
Happy to. I'm looking forward to. I'm in London right now. I'm looking forward to being back in London in April. That's going to be an awesome event, and can't wait. Lots of exciting things coming up for that for sure. But very pleased that Brian has taken the time to join us today to just talk about some of the things that we've been doing. We talk frequently about how important the Carta relationship is with our ecosystem, and what an integral part of DasPay that they play. And so very pleased that you've agreed to join us for this call, Brian. So welcome. Thank you. Maybe you could just let it free flow a little bit, and know you brought a few slides to talk about, and maybe you can just share a few things with us.
Well, I thought that for those who are new to Carta and what it is that we do, I would just sort of give you a 3 to 5 minute background as to why we exist and some of the things that we've done in the past, and then talk about where we're at with DasPay and when I expect the project to be completed, and a few comments like that. So
awesome.
The reason that we exist is I have a slide up there right now. It's a McKinsey study. And basically, banks, what we do as we are the people that approve and decline transactions. So when you stick a credit card into a point of sale device and that signal goes off to your bank, there's a processing platform that sits at the bank that approves and declines that transaction. So you use a processing platform like ours every day that you use a credit card or a prepaid card or a debit card. That's what we do. We approve and decline transactions for banks, and then we update balances, something that you do all the time. That's our primary deliverable. The reason that we exist is because those platforms that banks use and financial institutions use around the world are very old and archaic. They're written in languages that people aren't graduating from university anymore that write in those languages, primarily COBOL. And McKinsey has rightly said that banks need to move to next generation processing platforms, and they need to do it very, very quickly. The reason that they need to do it quickly is there is lots of disruption taking place in the banking world. And so lots of new kinds of companies are moving into the world to change the way or challenge the way banks are doing business today. And so I have a slide there now that says that if you the main point of the slide is that only 13% of the banks in the world feel that they have systems that are capable of handling with the modern needs in the future. And so the kinds of companies that are disrupting those banks, you can see some of the people that we've worked with. So we were instrumental in working with MasterCard and bringing forward Apple Pay. We have enabled PayPal to, in a contract, we were the first processor in the world to enable a PayPal account to work at a point of sale device where Visa and MasterCard are being used. We're involved in paying out Uber drivers. TransferWise, those of you who know TransferWise are one of the largest money transfer companies in the world. And so there's a lot of companies like that. I just have a few of them out there for us that are disrupting the way banks are operating. And it's a result of that disruption that these new companies are excelling. And that is what we have done in the future. We're incredibly excited about cryptocurrency and blockchain and all the applications that can be used with blockchain technology, and we're very excited about our relationship with Dascoin, NetLeaders, and DasPay. So what we're doing with DasPay, the tricky part actually. The hard part actually is to do many very, very complicated transactions in milliseconds. And so good for you all in that we have done similar things for other people. So it's not we're not breaking doing something that has never been done before.
You guys are industry leaders. I have to jump in there. Like you're award-winning, globally recognized, and champions of this space, which is why we're so honored to be working with you guys. So
you're right. Those you're right. We've won many awards, and we are known as the guys that pretty much do things for the first time. So. Any new, like just take Apple Pay, for example. We were the first processor in the world to process an Apple Pay transaction. So the reason for that is that we've built our platform for modern requirements. We built our platform after the internet existed, after mobile phones, after chips, after all those things, and the older systems couldn't do that. So that's who we are. We think that DasPay should be able to go by the end of Q2. That's our target. In a year ago when I was in Zurich, I said it was kind of springish of this year. I'd say we're largely on track for that, so I'm not too worried about that delivery date. And maybe the other thing to comment on is MasterCard and Visa's reception to cryptocurrency, and there's there's obviously you guys are all over the news on these things, and the whole trick is to make sure that you stay within regulations. We know how to do that, and where people get into trouble is when they move outside of the standard regulations of the banking industry and what MasterCard and Visa want. As long as you do that, then you'll have a program that works very, very, very effectively. And so it will definitely feel.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was going to say it's definitely going to feel to the users of DasPay that Dascoin will be in their wallet, and they will go to a POS device and they will tap their phone, or they will use a card and use a chip and pin transaction. It'll feel every bit and feel just like a normal MasterCard or Visa transaction. So we know how to do that. Again, it's important that that you stay within those rules. We know how to stay within those rules, and we are expecting a very, very strong product that is very effective in the marketplace. We're very excited about it.
So the being compliant is something that is certainly of paramount importance in everything that we do, and we know you guys are exceptional at that. But from your point of view, what's the view of Visa and MasterCard on the whole crypto sector? Are they against it, for it, indifferent? What's your perspective?
My sense is they're generally for it. They've made some moves in the blockchain world themselves. They've discussed cryptocurrency. So generally, again, they're generally for it, but they're cautious with people that step outside the rules. So they're concerned about anti-money laundering and terrorism and all those things, like everyone is in the banking industry. And so they have set a set of rules, and we have to stay within those rules. So it's all about that, making sure that you're, and I know that you guys are very much very big on regulation. So it's not a problem, certainly for Dascoin or DasPay.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing that. I know that a number of people had questions about that, and I get asked occasionally. John, I'm sure you get asked as well about DasPay.
I do.
Yeah, there was a program that went offside a few weeks ago, but it isn't the industry that is offside. It's that particular program. So
company, essentially, right? So
yeah, it's a company. It's a company issue. That company, which I won't name, is well known in the industry for breaking the rules. This isn't the first time that they've been slapped around by the network. So
by the big boys.
Yeah.
So that's great. Well, it's and I think an interesting bit is that you and Rui and several of well, I was there, Michael was there, a bunch of people got together in Belgrade not long ago. You guys have been starting to work with the team, sharing technology and ideas and integration, and so.
Yeah, I mean, look, DasPay is our first deliverable, and that's the most important thing that we need to get out in the marketplace. And obviously, it's important. It's an incredibly important product. But beyond that, we're really excited about accessing the Dascoin blockchain technology and building unique applications for our customer base. So I don't want to talk about what those use cases might be. I'd rather keep, because it's rather private right now. It's very confidential, some of those applications, but we think there are many, many uses for the Dascoin blockchain technology inside our customer base. So, and we're, that's kind of step 2, but we're very excited about step 2.
That's a great teaser if you're listening online, that, no guarantees, but there's definitely more exciting things to come that are possible from this fabulous relationship. So, that was well said, Brian. Way to go.
So we're on board, and we're excited about working with you all, and hopefully you'll all get a DasPay application on your phones, and we'll be conducting a transaction in the summer.
That's fabulous.
Can you hear the people clapping in the audience, Terry?
I can. They're actually knocking on my door looking for the card. Did you broadcast my hotel room number?
Yeah.
Thanks.
So I'm definitely coming to London in April, so come and see me.
Yeah, well, that'll be great to have you. Everyone that was in Zurich in March of 2016, most of the people that attended there got to meet Brian, and hopefully, definitely come to London and meet Brian in person. He's a great guy. Hopefully, will Rui, the Chief Technology Officer, Rui Mendez, will he be with you?
Yeah, he'd probably. London's an easy city for us to get to. It's only 7-hour flight from Toronto, so it's like flying a little farther than San Francisco. That's it. So he'll likely be there too.
Well, that'd be great, and they're great guys, and be able to meet them both if assuming Rui can make it as well. But thank you very much, Brian, and John. Thank you for having us on. As always, love John's weekly webcasts. They're very informative. Your studio, John, this is the first time I've been on since you've been in the office with your new studio set up. It's amazing.
We're still tweaking. We got some minor tweaks. We're going to have some different camera angles so you can see my face instead of me way back in the back here. So continually improving the studio and the lights and the microphones, et cetera, et cetera. So and some more tricks upsize. up our sleeves, and then some new guests coming on in the upcoming weeks as well. So lots of exciting stuff.
Great.
Thanks, fellas.
Thank you, Brian.
Bye, everybody.
With that, I'm the Managing Director, John Preto, and we will see you guys all next week. Thanks to my guests, Terry and Brian. Thank you guys for coming on, and we'll see you guys next Wednesday. Thank you very much.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, John.